bitches and hoes. That's a great start. I get that no one watches my fucking content, and I can't really say you're dog. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Anyway, um, well, you may be wondering, what are you fucking talking about? I'm gonna tell you. I don't think anyone that works in any kind of software development, I don't care if it's, like how my tablet just updated, whatever, or if it's like a game dev, they don't believe in consent. That's just a fact. Like, it always, like, literally only ever changes that no one fucking wants. And they do that shit intentionally. You cannot accidentally hit every single mark of what people don't want. That is, no. Fuck you. But it's also the issue of do not get the option to say no. That's a problem. That is non-consensual. But hey, maybe you're, a corporate cocksucker, and you decide, oh, companies are never ever doing anything wrong. Okay, take. I mean, because at the end of the day, this is a mobile device, and it was only when I turned it on. That sounds wrong. You get what I mean. How about a console? That is so much worse. So, I don't know if PlayStation does the same. I have an Xbox Series X, which costs far too much money for as little processing power as it seems to have. Anyway, if you are in a game, it doesn't give the one flying fuck what game you're in. And for some reason, games, it should actually be a legal requirement that they have autosave if scumbag companies are going to be allowed to get away with this. So, say you're playing, I don't know, Stardew Valley, a game very dependent on luck. And you have just had a great skull cavern run, maybe a great fishing day, and you caught some amazing treasure chests. Microsoft says, fuck you, suck my dick, and I imagine they advocate for rape, because they will close your program, they don't give a damn what it is, and they will force you to update. Doesn't matter what. And it's like, I will check every other day to see if there is an update available. There's no warning to it. It's not like, hey, by the way, there's an update coming up, maybe think about that. It just, mind fucks your console and decides, hey, we're going to be having an update. So that sounds fun. Or, how about game developers? Now, I'm not just gonna be talking about the fact that Boom Beach got fucking ruined by Sucker Cell, because they only want pay-to-play type players, which is exactly what the latest update is doing, and is why I quit as someone who was around since almost day one, because you suck, put simply. You do suck. And, well, in this case, I'm going to be talking about games that cost money. Like, even just to buy, they cost money. That's a big issue for me already, because as you may know, I think, and maybe you don't, I don't know what I've said in past videos, I don't really give a fuck. I don't believe that, like, unless the game is meticulously fucking tested first, it should not be released to the public. Why? Simple. You are going to be charging money for a product that you do not know if it works or not. Sniper Elite is notorious for this. It's had bugs since, Sniper Elite V2 that are still in the fucking game. They don't care. But they will gladly shove, like, 30 DLC down your throat like they're The Sims or something. So that's nice. It's not nice. No, again, this very much falls under the category of, like, they know what they're doing. They do. They are intentionally saying, hey, we have this very buggy product, that, like, We never mentioned that, hey, we haven't fixed anything. We're going to charge you money, like an absurd amount of money, especially for Resistance, which I can't imagine took more than about 5 minutes to make the entire game, because it's just an asset flip. Which I want to clarify, I think I've said this in other videos, I don't care if it's, like, if you're doing it sparingly, like with Hitman, right? The game that you have to buy twice to play. Which again, scumbag decision, whatever. I don't care if it's just a case of, because they have the crates and stuff everywhere, and they are clear to be an asset flip, but the game still offers a ton more that's different. And that's always improving. It's not getting rid of things for the sake of getting rid of things and then selling it in the next game as a DLC. They're not doing that. Sniper fucking Elite is. Key example, if you have a game, a third-person shooter type game. I don't know if you'd call it that, because you're usually looking down a scope, whatever. Don't care. If I'm going to be fighting aimbot enemies that instantly spot me, or just in general overpowered as fuck enemies on the easiest difficulty, so I don't know why they even have an easy difficulty if it's going to behave the same fucking way. Do not get rid of the weapons. People don't want to use this French shit because it doesn't fucking work. There is no stealth, despite being listed as a stealth game. And there's so many, like, close quarters inside of buildings. You're not going to use a sniper in a fucking building. But the pistols are shit. The SMGs, whatever, secondaries, shotguns are in there too, but they're useless. But you can take a shot at a wall 10 meters in front of you, and you can watch and count like 10 goddamn seconds before it hits the damn wall. What the fuck? I would legitimately be better off just going up with the bullet and just smacking it into the person, because they're gonna hear shit. I don't care if you're outside of their audible range. They will go and dodge the bullet. That's not how. This is not the fucking Matrix. It's not listed as the Matrix. It's supposed to be a relatively historically accurate. I mean, it's pretty well known that Nazis didn't use chemical weapons, but whatever. It just pisses me off. Of course, Hitman did have its own issues of, any useful item. And I'm not talking overpowered, I'm talking useful. Any useful item that wasn't just a traditional tool, like the lockpick or something, was removed every single time. Every time there's something even remotely useful, it's either nerfed to hell and made entirely useless, or they just delete it. Looking at the electrocution phone, because, like, you still have to get up to the target. You have to make sure specifically the target gets it. You can't really do a suit-only run because you have to be in front of the target, and usually they're in restricted areas. Whatever. We're going to ignore that. I don't know. And then YouTube and all of its idiocy. And it's extreme. I want to clarify, I'm not communist, I'm not ist, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck all the other forms of economy are. But I'm also not pro-super capitalism. I understand that capitalism on its own, not super version, has its merits. The super capitalism of everything must cost infinite amounts of money, and your income will never raise. That I don't approve of, and that is exactly what just everything is becoming. Like, here's the thing. In games, yeah, there might have been like a couple DLC, but they were always extra actual content, not items. so much of DLCs now are just that. They are just extra items. What happened to earning shit? And no, I'm not talking make it like try hard level impossible. I'm talking like a decent fucking challenge. Well, we don't get that anymore. No, there's no sense of progression. There's nothing. It's, hey, you want anything good? Yeah, okay. Pay for it. That's your only option anymore. Or if you want something that just looks nice and it's not super great, looking straight at Forza, okay, grind for it for about a week to get one car. It'll never be a high performance car unless it's like stats are glitched because they don't do any playtesting clearly. But I just don't fucking get it. I don't know why I'm doing the PewDiePie slap. But I don't get it. So many people want to play Forza, not for the racing, because that's just, you get stuck behind an asshole of a player, or you have to deal with impossibly difficult AI that like to literally just teleport around and skip checkpoints. They don't care. The devs don't care. Everyone's made it abundantly clear that that's a problem. And the devs do not give a flying fuck. But so many people play Forza just to cruise around with their friends. A lot of people also like older cars. I should not have to spend so much fucking time, like it's an actual fucking 9 to 5, doing your stupid festival playlist shit. Doing literally impossible, like, again, no playtesting. They didn't make sure it was actually possible. Challenges because a couple tryhards, glitched out the game with the tuning. That's not on me. I'm not doing that shit. Why am I being penalized for it? I don't get it. I really don't. Other than, again, they're just trying to, well, you want some cars? Alright, sure. Here, have 50 DLC, and I'm not even exaggerating. I do actually think that's how many DLC was in Forza 5. I have 6 pre-installed. I don't have high hopes. I really don't. I'd love to say that I had high hopes, but I really don't. It's all, we are adding all these things that players actually want. Great. Get rid of the shit that we don't want. But that's not going to happen because that means that they don't have people permanently on their game with a 50-50 that they might buy, a DLC pack of cars. There's so much shit that just, it needs to stop.